told me that silence never betrayed him. Keep your mouth shut, cause got ultimatums. Stupid situations, the tongue often creates them. The motor mouth is usually causing mayhem.
Lil' tune, flow sinister, I'ma finish him. Many men gon' need ministers, I'm aiming them. Enemies, I'm the enema, I'ma on them. Just like my keys, drop my on the dinner work. My thoughts I keep confidential, it's consequential. Philosophies unidentical, I'm not in it yet. My Siamese brother Benjamin, that's how I stick to him. These diamond bees, all BBs, I call them Vivica. Skating underneath the bridge, stay hustling as it is. Make money, feed the kids, ain't nothing in the fridge. Wake up, repeat the sins, I need a 10, stay muddy to the lid, 800, eat a.
Yeah, alright, my flow sinister. This ain't rap music, this straight literature. Small-minded, all your ideas miniature. They tend to hate on you when they can't get rid of you. I ain't going nowhere, 20-year career minimum. Call Hit Boy for beats, ask for 10 of them. I don't follow trends, I swing the pendulum. If the bag good, I'm gonna give her some. Yeah, alright, my flow sinister. Yeah, alright, my flow sinister. Yeah, alright, my flow sinister. Never lied in my rhymes, you can go ask Jennifer, that's my mom's name. I create and find change, my mind frame ensures that forever I reign.
From one of the loudest venues in the NFL, there's a look at Arrowhead Stadium here in Kansas City. Today, we've got a Week 13 matchup for you here between the Miami Dolphins and the Kansas City Chiefs. The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. They'll start this drive out on the ground. Uses the stiff arm. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards.
A good run there off right tackle in an old-school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009-2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. The Chiefs had 7-4 on the year. Well, they coming on a pretty good roll here. Winners of 3 straight.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
They go play action. Now Mahomes. He'll get this. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And without a doubt, not the way they pictured that opening drive unfolded.
No, they were making progress. They weren't exactly in high gear, but they were making a few yards along the way. And now that they've coughed it up, you got to go back to the sidelines and regroup a little bit.
They'll start out on the ground with Jones. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. This defense for the Chiefs, they were terrific last week in the win over Denver.
And I think our statistician, we ended up having to bring the blue tent and put it around him for a while because he was developing a hand injury from having to write down all the turnovers this team forced. 5, 6, 7, 8. Absolutely unbelievable. I hope he'll recover.
Oh, a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Brandon, watching their tape from last week, I saw plenty of plays like we just saw there, forcing incompletions. It was key in their win last week. They're hoping the same thing happens this time out, too.
They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he will have a first down here at about the 40.
Here we go.
And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And he's going to bull his way forward to the 48. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
From just shy of midfield, Tua. This one complete to Jalen Waddle. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down, 2nd and right at a yard.
Next, the receivers have spread the defense out, and they were able to come through with a slashing run.
Well, to that point, it's going to be interesting to see the personnel chess match as this one progresses.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Can they continue to create running lanes out of passing sets? And if so, it's going to be a long day for the defense.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. They'll get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10. They fake the handoff. Now Tua. They'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. Really been an ideal start for them. They get the turnover on the opening possession. Now here they are moving the ball straight down the field on their first drive.
And that feels good, but you know on their side of the field all they're thinking is finish this drive off because they took it away, right? So now you got them back on their heels a little bit. Now go down, put a touchdown on them. Look out. You've won the mental battle early in the game, and that may carry over for you.
So now it's 3rd and long because remember they also lose a down on the grounding call. From the gun, it's Tua. This is caught. Touchdown. Tyreek Hill with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Dolphins are on the board first here on the road in Kansas City. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. Taken at the goal line. And not a great return here. He'll make it back only to the 10-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They had the fumble on the last drive, wound up leading to the opening touchdown. Now they'll try again here, 1st and 10. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Against a team coming off a win, just as your team did the previous week, you talk about being physical all game long. Sometimes being physical is just being on the spot and helping force the incompletion.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Javon Holland. And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football. So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
And he's going to bull his way down to about the 1-yard line. Good yardage on 1st down. Now can they punch it in on 2nd and goal? Now Tua going to try and sneak it. And I don't think he got in. The big bodies up front held him at the 1. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. So it's 3rd and goal now, and this is where the KC crowd can make it very tough. Tua now, 3rd and goal. And he's taken down, a Chiefs sack. Frank Clark in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
And that's the kind of stand all defenses are seeking. 3rd and goal, backs against the wall, and they get a monster sack, and now they're going to force him into a field goal. For them, that's a win.
They'll run it with Jones. And he didn't get there. Knocked backwards to the 2-yard line. They stop him up short on 4th and goal from the 1. And the ball's going to be going back to the Chiefs. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And job 1 here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm.
Tried to drop it in there, but it's intercepted. Picked off Byron Jones. And the Dolphins are going to take over at their own 41.
For a team who came in here on a healthy winning streak, we're seeing some uncharacteristically bad play thus far. And that streak is definitely in jeopardy if this offense keeps giving the ball away and can't mount a few drives of their own.
He's going to sling this deep downfield. And incomplete on the deep ball.
He's got 1 touchdown pass already in this quarter. Obviously looking for number 2. And definitely not playing the check down game.
On 2nd down, it's Jones. And he'll be tackled right on the midfield logo. From midfield, here's Tua. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Trent McDuffie with a pick. And the Chiefs are going to get possession of the football as time will run out on this first quarter of play. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They start near midfield following the interception as they begin 1st and 10. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards.
And they'll use him out of the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
Mahomes now on 1st down. That'll be caught. It's Toney. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Operating from the red zone now, Mahomes. And that is caught. Touchdown, Kansas City. Mecole Hardman from 13 yards out. And the Chiefs are an extra point away from evening this one up. Extra point by Butker is on target, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Now Jamal Agnew from his end zone. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They had the interception last drive, led to the tying touchdown, so 7-7 the score as they begin 1st and 10. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. 62 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here in this first half. Tua now on first down. Finds his tight end Ingram. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line.
Okay, ready?
Snap will come from the 31 on 2nd and 7. Up the middle, Jones. And he'll get about 3 up close to the 35.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks, allow other people to make tackles. And when he can make the play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Frank Clark, that is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half. On 4th down on his Logan Cook to punt. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Hardman on the return. A very good kick there, but 15 yards on the return. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored it. And he coughed it up. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line.
Do you remember in preseason when we were going to the different training camps and visiting teams, and we always would see the running backs working out and going through those gauntlet drills, and, you know, guys either slapping at the ball or the machines. You got to learn to take care of it.
Yeah, they lost it there. Big fumble. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. Tackle made there by Frank Clark.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. And inside give to Jones. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read is key.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. Tyreek Hill. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Dolphins have moved out in front. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Lambeau to add on the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Last time out, they had the fumble. That led to the touchdown. Not a great look on either side of the ball as the defense gave up the points too, Charles. But they've got to take care of the football and do better here on this possession.
It's certainly been a tough stretch, partner, for both of those units, and they kind of put their defensive mates in a really tough spot there by dropping the ball on the ground. But an easy way to make it up to them, get out there now and get some points on this drive.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Mahomes finding Hardman here over the middle. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And Mahomes misfires again, and it's intercepted. It's the former Patriot Devin McCourty. And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. After the turnover, it's Tua. He'll drop this underneath for Jones. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Tua. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. Well, they need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on 3rd down. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. And going deep for Hill. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
With how the coverage was positioned, up was about the only spot the quarterback had to try and deliver that pass. Just put a little too much height on it. Incomplete.
They're going for it. Here's Tua with it. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. Cedric Wilson, 36 yards. And the Dolphins will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And it's now 21-7. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And Charles, you're down multiple scores, less than a minute left here, but with that deficit, they've got to try to at least work their way into field goal range to try to muster something out of this drive.
And I'm going to go ahead and date myself one more time because I'm going to quote an old Smokey and the Bandit lyric. They've got a long way to go and a short time to get there, but they still have time to get it done. So I'm looking forward to watching them mount this drive and see if they can get some points out of it.
Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. It got his man complete. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Mecole Hardman with his 13th touchdown of the year and 2nd of the game. And the Chiefs get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point by Butker is on target. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. From his end zone, here comes Agnew. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that could change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half. Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeout as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. Setting to throw on first down is Tua. Over the middle and complete to Waddle. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to one remaining here as we head toward halftime.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
6, present.
On 2nd and inches, Tua. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. And the Chiefs are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And with only 9 seconds remaining, but not much time, we'll see how they play this. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. So we've reached halftime here, and it's the visiting Dolphins taking a lead to the locker room as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The Dolphins in front, and they'll be in possession of the football first as the second half gets started. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line can play a little bit better. I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
He's got a man, complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Last play, they didn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. Now they gain almost 40 yards here. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Now Tua. And his throw is incomplete.
And that drop will cause a little bit of angst for the play caller, because you know they worked all week game planning and flexing the tight end out and making him a matchup issue for the defense. They had what they wanted, and he drops the ball.
Yeah, just couldn't hang on to the slam. And he'll take this close to a first down at the Chiefs' 28. 75 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. 3rd and 1, and Tua wants to throw it. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by L'Jarius Sneed. And the Chiefs are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the third quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in, coming out to start this third quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Here's Mahomes to throw. Now he's going to let it go deep left side. And this is going to fall to the ground, incomplete. That very nearly their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down.
The goal is certainly to try and make a big play happen and climb back into this game, but you have to be careful. If you overdo it, you could turn it over and hurt your team.
Now left side on the swing pass, and he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line.
Now, what a weapon to have when you can use your quarterback as a short yardage runner and pick up first downs.
Mahomes now on 1st down. his man on the out route. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 44-yard line. Looking to throw is Mahomes. And that went too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. They'll go for it. It's Mahomes. Man open, that's Marquez Valdez-Scantling. And he is going to have the Chiefs first down as they pick up a big chunk of yards to boot. 18 of them. Throwing now is Mahomes. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And the Dolphins are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line. So consecutive picks, and each offense, they drove the ball close enough to at least attempt a field goal, but on back-to-back drives, the defense has stood firm and forced an interception.
Yeah, it's a really nice battle seeing one answer the other with a turnover to keep points off the board.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. 81 yards on the ground for him so far.
Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out of it as they did.
Yeah, decent little gain. Puts them in a pretty good spot for 2nd down. And he'll take this to the 32, a gain of about 3. That's some good tackling there to keep him short of that yellow line.
Yeah, defensively, all I'm thinking is that on that play, get me to 3rd down. Get me into a position where I can make one more play and get my defense off the field.
And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And good running there as he'll take this all the way up to midfield. 3 quarters in the books. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Here we go, set.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. Now they'll throw with Tagovailoa. And the Chiefs are going to get him. The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss. They found his way into the backfield, and he simply would not be denied.
Well, they say that life's all about opportunities, and that holds true when you're playing defense as well. How about him seeing that chance, making the most of it, did a great job of wrapping him up and bringing him down.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Yes, the old tip drill works to perfection there.
You're bringing back great memories. Used to love that drill. And a lot of times in practice, you work on it, not just one tip, but multiple tips, just in case the ball stays in the air for a while, to have an awareness and the ability to go up and grab it, and then you want to get some blocking support and end up in the opposite end zone.
In that tip drill, what do you yell?
For us, it was Oski. Okay, Oski was an interception.
Different teams.
Different teams have different ways of doing it. I heard bingo, jackpot. The worst I ever heard, though, was Frankenstein. You don't want it to be a
too many syllables.
Yeah. You want to get it right down and gut. Oski is really the preferred word.
Oski.
Ready.
The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. They will look to flush the memory of that pick six as we now have a brand-new tie ball game here in the fourth quarter, getting down to the good stuff.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
Again, it's Jones. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Tua sets up to pass it. Throw left side, complete to Ingram. And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe.
And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on, you're not going to be able to disguise him, because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A well-executed 22-yard gain. They go back to the ground with Jones. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball. But when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Aaron Jones. His 12th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins have broken our tie and have taken a fourth-quarter lead. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And they will take a 7-point lead. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And he'll be out of bounds here just past the 20-yard line. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And now, after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this fourth quarter. Plenty of time on the clock. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down.
I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. And he's tackled at the 38, but they doubled their yardage. The play started at the 19, and they gained 19.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the fourth. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. From the gun, they'll try to run it. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
Not in a position where they absolutely have to rush right now, but they definitely have to pick up the tempo a bit.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Mahomes. Complete. Valdez-Scantling. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
Brandon, it's okay what they're doing right now. Still able to work the middle of the field, but you know sooner or later they're going to have to stop the clock.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Mahomes will throw. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down.
Okay, there's 3 timeouts left, right?
Think you got to use one here, don't you?
No doubt about it. I'd use one right here.
Mahomes. And that's intercepted yet again, and that could be the backbreaker. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And the Dolphins have just about sewn up this football game. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go. You'd have to think likely another running play coming here. 2nd and 11. They'll go again to Jones. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 5-yard line. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this 4th quarter. Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down. From the shotgun, a give to Jones. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. 165 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time.